Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to the Red Bull Ring here for the UK&I Monday Night Skippys. The UK&I Monday Night Skippys, sponsored by the Cam Zone, the campaign against living miserably. And yeah, we're in the middle of qualifying at the moment, and currently being led by Nathan Wade with Adam Miles in second. And this is round 10 of the season, so yeah, we're getting close to the end of the season at the moment, and it's been a fascinating championship battle, and I think tonight it should be a close race around this fantastic track.
It definitely should, Ryan. Not as big of a grid as we've had earlier this season, unfortunately, but I think it's going to be an amazing race still, with these long straightaways and massive draft that you get around here, around the Red Bull Ring. Qualifying going on at the moment though, and you can see a lot of people working together to draft each other, and at the moment it is Nathan Wade, Nicholas von Robertson, Adam Miles at the top as usual.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much the usual suspects up at the front, and Adam Mills for most of the season has led the championship, but he's not had it all his own way, with the likes of Nick von Robertson, Matic, and also the likes of Clark Williams as well being up there from time to time. So it should be a close end to the season. I think it's pretty much with 2 rounds remaining in the championship, as if I'm correct. It's pretty much gloves off at this stage of the season.
Yeah, for the sake of the championship, I think we want Adam Miles to finish a little bit further back, as he's came off 2 wins so far, but the last couple of races, Circuit of the Americas and Brands Hatch, 2 completely different tracks, and compared to this one it's completely different as well. So all sorts of racetracks left to go, so anything can really happen. But I think Adam Miles, like I said, coming off 2 wins, it would be best for the championship if he does not win here today. At the moment though, he is in 3rd, so still anybody's race, and I don't think this race is going to be over until we actually get all the way to the checkered flag, with how the draft is all the way around here.
Yeah, absolutely. From my experience of doing a couple of races around here in other leagues, it's a good track with this Skippy. I find it's a good combination, and you've got some straights, so plenty of opportunities to do some slipstreaming and make some moves. But this last sector that they're coming through now, it's sometimes, especially on cold tyres, it's so easy to get it wrong, and I think don't be surprised if you see some drivers being caught out by that.
Yeah, it's very easy to get wrong, and they are pretty lenient on the track limits here, but you don't have all that many incident points. I'm not really sure exactly how many incident points it is. I think it's 20, so it's still quite a bit, but in 12 laps it's very easy to get quite a lot of incident points, as you can get an off track in pretty much turn 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and in the final corner you can get 2 if you're unlucky. But I think these guys knows exactly where the track limits are, and they'll do a pretty good job of keeping them there. But as well, you're going to be in draft all the time, so it could be 2 and 3 wide going into every corner, pretty much all the way around the lap as well. So that could prove troublesome as well, especially if you push somebody wide. You might even end up with a slowdown if you get it completely wrong. So yeah, one little mistake can cost you a lot here, especially with the momentum you need to carry in these cars, and with the massive draft and close pack racing that I think we're going to see.
Absolutely, as a rider on board with George Matic at the moment, and that corner he just went through, I find is so difficult to get the braking right, because it's you want to brake later than expected, but if you brake too late, you can run wide or even spin. But as Matic comes round as the difficult left-hander, the double left-hander as I normally call it, about half a second off pole position at the moment by the looks of it. So not as close as he wants to be, but in the slipstream he might be able to leapfrog himself up a few positions. But yeah, coming down to the final few corners now, and this is another corners I find it tricky to get right as well, just because you're carrying so much momentum as Matic gets a bit sideways there and traffic going off on the left here, so it might compromise him. But doesn't seem to compromise Martok too much as it comes around the final corner and across the line, and it looks like it could be. Is it going to be an improvement? It might be as it comes across the line, and no, it doesn't look like it was an improvement.
I think slight improvement
A
time-wise,
slight
but
improvement, sorry.
not position-wise. So, but it looked like he and Budgeon and Von Roberts was working together there because Budgeon pulled off in the final corner, and Budgeon is still in fourth, so he's still ahead, and Von Roberts, who was even further up, is still in second. So they did not improve, obviously, but still good to see these guys working together in qualifying to get all of them up at the front, and then once the race starts, all of a sudden they're fierce competitors. And see if we still have somebody on track. We have 57 there, I believe that is 87 even, Christopher Miles. But this is going up around turn number 3, I believe, yeah, and then down towards turn number 4. So with only 10 seconds left, I think his qualifying session is over. And we're used to seeing him a bit further up as well, but he's down in 15th at the moment, so obviously did not find a very good draft. You can see him waving there, going in the grass, and absolutely totaling that car. Unfortunate for him, he'll need to get the backup car out for the race. But with the time being up in qualifying, it's time to go through the starting grid for tonight's race. We've got Nathan Wade on pole position, about half a tenth ahead of Nicholas Von Roberts, and just another 2/1000ths ahead of Adam Miles in third, with Kevin Budgeon in fourth, George Mattock in fifth, Clark Williams in P number 6, Daniel Tufts in seventh, Reese Saunders in eighth, Geoff Randall in ninth, and Paul Smithers rounding out the top 10. Just over a second behind our pole sitter. Then it's Seth Brown in 11th, Greg Ruff in 12th, Chris Wayne in 13th, Patrick Bennett in 14th, Christopher Miles in 15th, Ollie Pimley 16th, John McDonald 17th, Alan Patterson, the league organizer, in 18th, David Clapham 19th, Martin Armitage in 20th, and Tony Stack, who entered the session late, in P21. So he hasn't had a lot of practice, but he managed to set a qualifying time, so see if he is able to climb up through the field, because we're used to seeing him up around the top 10. So for some reason he's missed the practice here, but he did make the grid after setting a qualifying time, so see how far up he can get up in the field. Any early what do you call it, predictions here, Ryan, on who might come out on top out of all these 21 cars?
I think it's going to be difficult to predict, but if I was to pick a winner, pick a winner, I'd probably go for Nick Von Roberts. Just he's been in good form, and he's been giving Adam Miles a good challenge in the championship, but should be a close race nevertheless, as they're just about to get underway.
Just waiting for final 2 cars here to take the grid. Would be pole sitter Nathan Wade, it looks like, and then Kevin Budgeon back there in 5th as well. There he is, and there is the pole sitter, waiting as long as they can to keep the temperature up in their tires, I would guess. The red lights are on, the engines are revving here though, and there we go. It's a long haul, but we're racing in Austria. It's a good getaway for all the guys at the front. Looks like they're all going to go in single file. See 5th place there, Mattock. He's weaving the tires back and forth to try and get the heat up, and that will be crucial coming into these braking zones. Inside there for P7, Daniel Tufts having a look at Williams, and further back Randall holds off Smithers, as well as Tony Stack making a position at the back. At the front, it is Nicholas Von Roberts has a look up the inside on Nathan Wade, and I think that pass is going to be almost completed before they get into the braking zone.
Yep, as they come up to the hairpin now, it's Von Roberts trying to make a move up the inside. Can he get the car stopped in time? Yes, he can, but Nathan Wade will get the run on the exit of the corner, and he'll be able to carry that momentum as they're heading down the run to turn 4. And it looks like they're all slipstreaming together. It looks like Wade's going to tuck out from behind and try and make the move. So Nathan Wade back up the inside, about to retake the lead, as Adam Miles is under attack from Kevin Budgeon behind for third place. So it's all kicking off already, and already by the looks of it, this leading pack is starting to pull away from Clark Williams behind in 6th place. So maybe these guys will work together at the moment, and then towards the end of the race, that's when they'll start battling. But still, Nathan Wade back into the lead, coming round the double left-hander now, and Clark Williams, as you see in the background there, just starting to lose touch a little bit as Wade gets a little bit sideways there.
Yeah, it's a great start here from these top 5 guys. I'm not really sure how they managed to make that gap, but I guess Williams and Tufts battled once, and that was enough, as here comes Von Roberts again around the outside of Nathan Wade. Miles looks to follow him, but Wade holds him off coming into turn number 9 down to turn number 10. Von Roberts goes a little bit wider than the other two, but these 5 guys are probably going to work together. See here now though, if Clark Williams has the draft, or slipstream as he called it on road courses, on George Mattock, then he might be able to catch back up, as we've had an off further back here. Chris Wayne and Greg Ruff has both gone off the track, but up the inside goes Nathan Wade. He will back out though, and we're just going to see these guys keep doing this. Going through, but oh, he's off. He actually managed to save it, but he's off in the grass, and that might be the race for Nick Von Robertson unless he can somehow stay in the draft. Looks like Williams has pulled away from Tufts, and they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. That's Budgeon up the middle. He will make it all the way up to the lead. Wade is on the outside. Miles is on the inside. Here comes Mattock, but he backs out just early enough to not make it 3 wide again. But Budgeon makes up 3 positions there in no time, and Wade up into second, and Von Roberts might have some damage.
Yeah, I'm just looking at as I just went to look at the replay now of Nick Von Roberts, and seems to have a good entry into turn 1, but I think he might have just caught 2. I think he might have just caught that inside yellow anti-cut on the inside, and it might have just unsettled the car. But yeah, I think he's got slight front wing damage, and he's losing a bit of top speed.
You can see it there. It's a bit wonky, and we've seen before cars without rear wings here, they just keep up or almost go faster because they have less downforce, slowing the car down. And the wing doesn't seem to work, as in creating downforce for the car more than slowing it down here. So see if that will hurt him at all. But he's still running in P5, so still with this lead pack, as Clark Williams has properly caught up now, and Rhys Saunders has made it past Daniel Tufts up into 7th as well. Here we have Miles look into the inside of Wade, as well as Mattock look into the outside of Miles. As soon as that gap opens up there on the outside, he just fills it up completely. Miles though past Wade on the inside, and Mattock stays behind Wade there, not to go side by side onto the next straightaways. That would probably compromise his speed enough that they might risk losing the draft. But Kevin Budgeon with a nice 3 wide pass there up into the lead.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Buds, and he took the opportunity. He saw the opportunity, he took it, and he up into the lead now. And Adam Miles up into second, and Nathan Wade down to third. So it's been a bit of a chaotic start up at the front, but so far these guys have been sensible. As it looks like Budgeon's about to lose the lead to Miles. As Miles has got the run heading up to the hairpin, it's going to be a battle of or at least a battle of the late breakers. It looks like Miles might be able to get the move done, but they're still side by side. Is Budgeon going to hold it on the outside? He might be able to carry the momentum.
Had a bit of a look up there, but still gets a good run through. Miles gets a little bit ahead slightly there, but not enough, as Budgeon gets the overspeed coming down the hill now. Not sure if the side draft works in these cars, but it almost looked like it did. White tried to force it 3 wide there, but could not find an opening in the middle. Mattock is behind, but he backs in 4th again. Tried to look up the inside, and Miles and Budgeon are still side by side, coming down towards turn number 6 and 7 now. 5, 6, and 7 even, and he will stay behind, but Budgeon holds the inside now. He's going to have double inside. Miles goes a little bit wide, and Budgeon, he takes the lead there on his own. Now here Miles again having a little bit of a peak, but not the best place to make a move. There is Nicholas Von Roberts now back down to 6th place, but still holding on to these lead cars, so don't think that's going to be an issue. Daniel Tufts behind there is 1.8 seconds back. So they definitely are not out of the game. They just need to work with each other a little bit to catch back up, as they're all single file at the moment here, and this is a nightmare for the guys behind. They need these guys to be side by side all the way around the track, like we saw Budgeon and Miles earlier.
Yeah, they do, and as they come across the line now, Budgeon goes slightly defensive, trying to break that slipstream behind him, but Miles has still got the run as they head down to turn 1, and I think Miles is waiting until the exit of turn 1 to try and get that exit and try and carry the momentum and get the run on Budgeon as they on the exit now. And it looks like Miles has got the run on Budgeon, but Budgeon tries to break that slipstream, and he's going slightly defensive, and Adam Miles again going for the move. So I think he might be able to get the move done well before the hairpin this time, but still Budgeon's still slightly alongside him as Budgeon again still just doesn't give up, and he tries to carry that momentum on the outside, but no luck this time, and it's Miles back into the lead.
It certainly is. Here's Wade as well now up next to Budgeon, so this might end up costing him 2 positions, and the guys in the pack behind, they're now only 1.1 seconds back, as Von Roberts has dropped off a little bit, giving these guys draft. So I'm not sure if he's working with someone back there or if he's just lost a bit of momentum. But Adam Miles holds on to the lead. Wade comes through, they're up into 2nd, just in front of Budgeon, who's going to have to check up a bit here, and that will allow Mattock to get up to 3rd as well. Could this be the day for George Mattock to get his first win finally? Still a long way to go, as we're only on that 4 out of 12, but Matic's definitely in a good position to do it, and this is one of the tracks that he said where he's got the best chance, even though it's pretty much like Talladega or Daytona on an oval. Pretty much anyone can win because of the draft, but you still need the skill to be up front when it matters most and to make these passes. So I think he definitely has a good chance here. His Wade goes to the inside of Miles here, and Matic has the peaks to try and follow here maybe. If Miles goes a little bit too wide, I think Matt will just stick it in there, and no, he actually backs out there wisely to go single file onto the home straight and then pick up the draft from these two again. See if Miles makes a move on Wade here. Wade goes defensive early, so Miles might throw it on the outside. Matic sticks in behind him, and then Budgeon has to look to the inside of Matic, but actually backs out, still side by side for the lead though. Miles a bit early on the break there. That's going to allow Wade to hold on to it. Here comes Matic now with a little bit of an overspeed on Miles. It's not going to be much, but he's definitely using all the draft from Wade. Miles has almost no draft whatsoever. Matic squeezes in between Wade and the grass. They're going to be three wide. Here comes Budgeon. He will make it 4 wide coming into turn number 3. Who is going to back it? I think Wade backs out early. Budgeon backs out super early as well. Drops back into 5th. As here comes Christopher Miles getting involved. Miles wide on to Adam Miles, that is. Clark Williams is the one who backed out. But Adam Miles goes really wide on the exit, and Matic, he will slot into 2nd there. But it looked like with that 4 wide, oh, what a move from Wade. They're moved over, and Budgeon just sees him in the last second.
Oh, that could have ended up in being a big accident, but luckily they were all heads up there and good spatial awareness from them. But oh, that was a bit too aggressive for my liking, but they're squabbling up at the front is allowing the likes of Daniel Tufts, Jeff Rando, and who's that? Reece Saunders in the pack as well to catch up to them. So it's this pack is just getting bigger and bigger.
Definitely is. These guys at the back are loving it, and the gap down to the next scoring 11th is 7 seconds. I don't think Smithers, Bennett and Miles, Christopher Miles that is, are going to catch up, unfortunately. But we're going 3 wide again at the front, so this is definitely not going to help these front runners. It's Budgeon on the inside this time. Matic through the middle, he takes over the lead. Adam Miles holds soft Budgeon around the outside for the first part of that corner though, into turn number 10, and Budgeon backs out to give Miles that position. For some reason they don't like going too wide in the final corner, but backing out there might have hurt Budgeon even more because he will have no pace. And here comes Wade to the outside. Clark Williams is there as well as Tufts having a little bit of a peak, but he's too far back to do anything. So Budgeon up to 3rd, Wade in 4th, Williams in 5th, and then Tufts, Roberts and Reece Saunders holding on here now in 8th, as well as Brown and Randall drop back a little bit from fighting there. But here comes Miles again to the inside of George Matic, and he will have that pass done way before the braking zone. But these guys going 3 and 4 wide before halfway in this race. Just imagine what's going to happen come the final lap here tonight.
I was just about to bring that up as well. It was also Clark Williams just trying to make a move on the inside of Daniel Tufts, or tries to hold off Daniel Tufts, but Tufts carries out momentum on the outside and takes the position from Williams. But yeah, I think I dread to think what's going to happen on the last lap. If anything so far is to go by, but Matic's making the move up the inside of Miles. Can he get the move? Can he retake the lead? He's up the inside. Can he get it stopped? They're still side by side, and I think Miles might have the advantage because he's still on the outside, and he might have the inside for the next corner. As Kevin Budgeon rather thinks about trying to make it 3 wide, but decides against it.
These guys also always in these kind of races try to position themselves in a perfect position for the final lap, but I'm not sure if 1st, 2nd or 3rd or possibly 4th taking the white flag is the best position to be here, because a lot can happen, and if you're in the lead you're going to get passed, but you'll get a chance to pack back. So I think these guys are just racing to be in the lead whenever they can, as we have some early moves to the inside here, as well as Matic going to the outside of Adam Miles. He backs out to Budgeon, has to stop to not run into the back of him, gets a bit of a stack up back there, but no contact between anybody. So the top 8 currently covered by 1.7 seconds as we run here, with Nicholas Von Roberts back in 8th now, as Saunders has made his way up to 7th. So he could pull a rabbit out of the hat here and climb up through the field and maybe get a win. No moves going into turn 1 this time, but Reece Saunders, he's definitely got pace. Just see there, fastest lap as Williams goes wide. Take it.
Oh, sorry about that. It's just that I was looking at the background and saw Clark Williams go wide there, and I think he had to avoid an accident there with everyone just checking up. But again, George Matic makes the moves on Miles. He's up the inside. He's on the inside, heading up to the hoop, and looks like he'll get the move done. And I think Adam Miles is Nathan Wade tries to make a move on the inside of Kevin Budgeon as well, but can't get it done. But George Matic up into the lead again.
He is, as well as Tufts going around the outside of Wade here, getting that 4th position back once again. And Will Williams going wider. Reece Saunders is now up into 6th place, like you saw, at the fastest time, last time around. So he is definitely flying here, looking to possibly score a podium or maybe even a win. He is still in 6th, but he's got 5 laps to go next time at the start-finish line. So 1 position per lap, definitely doable for him. And Adam Miles at the moment holding on to the lead here. George Mattock trying to find a way through, see if he makes a move again, come around turns 9 and 10, or if he's going to wait for the straightaway this time. It didn't work out too well last time, as Saunders just barely touches the back of Daniel Tufts there, puts him in the gravel. I'm not really sure what that was about. See what sort of rejoin Tufts will get here. He gives Saunders enough room though, but Saunders used the bump and run to get his way up into 5th, as we'll get a replay of that right here.
Yeah, Tufts gone for a bit of rallycross action there, and I think it's just a slight bit of contact, like you mentioned, and maybe Saunders was just being caught out ever so slightly by Tufts having to slow down ever so slightly. Yeah, it's just a slight bit of contact, and unfortunately Tufts had to avoid an accident onto the gravel. But good car control there. But still, Kevin Budgeon back up at the front. Retakes the lead as Kevin Budgeon gets sideways into turn 1. Oh.
Somehow he holds onto the car. Everybody takes evasive action though, slowing them all down. Adam Miles into the lead, but now here is Wade and Mattock side by side. Here comes Reece Saunders, 2 wheels in the grass. They're going to be 4 wide. Reece Saunders squeezes his way through all the way up into the lead, and he will be clear going into the braking zone. Mattock on the inside though, trying to get that lead back, squeezes a little bit there on Saunders, but he will take the lead. Reece Saunders, Mattock in 2nd, and Miles had a bit of a look up there as well, Budgeon around the outside. So now Tufts, Robertson, Williams caught back up again, side by side for 4th here, side by side for 2nd as well. Wade makes a move on George Mattock, but Reece Saunders, just like that, in less than a lap from 6th all the way up into the lead. Ryan, what a move from Reece Saunders.
Yeah, he basically just came out from nowhere. Reece Saunders, he was backing about, what was it? Trying to find just inside the top 10 at one point. Now he's right up into the lead after all that mayhem. But Reece Saunders having a stormer of a race so far, and Kevin Budgeon is the person that's lost out the most in that. He's after that moment on the exit of turn 1, he's lost several positions, and Adam Miles is falling back slightly as well.
Reece Saunders is one of those drivers I don't usually look up the stats of before a race. I'm going to try and get them up here real quick to see if he's ever got a win in this series, but they're racing hard here now for 4th place. 2 wide actually for 5th now. Up the inside looks tough, but he's going to back out as he. Budgeon has to go super wide, or watch out so you don't get a slowdown. But Budgeon takes that position away now. Clark Williams is right on the back of him as well. Bit of curb usage there from all the guys at the front, but you are allowed to use as much of the curbing as you want here. And Wade looking to the inside, but he's weaving, trying to get heat in those tires. On to lap number 9 here, so 4 laps to go of this race, and I think Wade is going to make a move on Saunders now, as Tufts is able to hold off Budgeon there for 5th place. And see now Mattock gets a run on Wade. Wade will probably move on Saunders here. He's going to move to the right, Mattock even further to the right. Maybe no, he actually chooses to stay behind, follow Wade up past Reece Saunders, I would believe, but we'll see if Saunders holds the outside here. He will have the overspeed, as we have a little bit of a look up there and a slide from Mattock, so that will allow Reece Saunders to hold on to 2nd place.
Yep, Reece Saunders falls down to 2nd place, but he'll have that slipstream and might be able to make a move as Nathan Wade goes to the inside line to defend, and as a head down to turn 4, Wade's going to be on the inside, and Reece Saunders is going to be on the outside. Can he hold the outside? If he can, he'll have the inside line for turn 6 power horse corner, and I think Reece Saunders might be able to hold the inside and get the move done. But can he get the move done? Yep, up the inside, up and back into the lead.
Great move there from Saunders, and I've just looked it up. His best ever finish in the Monday Night Skippys is a 3rd place finish from April 29th, 2019. After that, it's his 6th and 2 7th place finishes. So we have 2 possible first-time winners here in this pack of 4 cars at the front. Obviously, we got Tufts, Williams, and more Roberts back there as well. Still in contention as here comes Wade up the inside now, or Reece Saunders. So 2 guys with quite a few wins, and then we have Saunders and Mattock with no wins, still side by side, and this time they will hold it 2 by 2 going around turn 10. Now we'll see if that's an advantage or not. They actually have the same sort of speed coming onto the straightaway. But here comes Miles all the way to the inside, trying to throw it 3 wide, going into turn number 1 here
no.
with 3 laps to go. Matic looks to make it 4, but he is wise and backs out of it. And all of a sudden, this pack of 4 cars with a little bit of a gap is back into a train of 7 cars. As Budgeon is not able to hold on to these guys anymore. And here comes Tufts making a move on George Matic, and Matic is suddenly going to drop down to 5th. Saunders looking to get the lead back from Miles as well. And where is Wade going to go? All the way to the inside, who will pass Adam Miles. Will he throw it on Reece Saunders as well? 3 wide into the braking zone. Miles backs out. Lock up there from Wade. Miles on the inside trying to do the crossover, or cutover, or cut under, whatever you want to call it. But Reece Saunders on the outside holds onto the lead for now as they still go almost 3 wide down straight away.
That was a fantastic move by Adam Miles too. He set that move up well before the hairpin. He done a bit of a switcheroo, switcheroo as I like to call it, but is about to go 3 wide into turn 4. It just can't end well, as it looks like Adam Miles is up the inside again, trying to hold on to the lead, but still, Reece Saunders and this pack behind will just not give up. Just look at that swarm of cars as Reece Saunders is on the inside line for turn 6 now, and retakes the lead, but still, this is a fantastic battle for the lead and a fantastic battle for a potential win. And who's going to win the race? It's so hard to tell. But I did say Nick Vaughan Roberts at the start, but I think with that front wing damage, he's slightly out of contention, and especially on a straight line. But as everyone's starting to get a little bit more aggressive and starting to get a little bit more feisty.
Definitely are. They were 3 wide back there in the background as well for 5th place. George Matic took that back again. So Nicholas Van Roberts from 5th down to 7th, and now he goes wide onto the straightaway as well. That will drop him behind Kevin Budgeon into 8th. So I would think with 2 laps to go, Nicholas Van Roberts is definitely out of contention for the win here unless something happens. And I don't think Kevin Budgeon will be able to score the win either. But any of the front 6 definitely still has the chance as Miles holds off Reece Saunders there. Now Wade will get a bit of a run on Daniel Tufts depending on where the draft in front of him goes. They're all the way over to the right though, so that will benefit Wade. And he's got Matic right behind him as well to try and go past Daniel Tufts here. That will not be good for Tufts. Is Matic going to throw it 3 though? He will not, he will stay behind. Williams looks to the outside there, but he will not get up alongside Matic. Tufts goes a little bit wide though, but still side by side for 4th here with Matic. 1.5 laps to go, and Adam Miles going for his third straight win here in the UK&I Monday Night Skippys. Has a little bit of a gap to Reece Saunders and Nathan Wade, and Wade obviously wants up into 2nd place here, but the last thing he wants to do is slow all these cars down as Saunders locks up. Now Wade has to go up the inside 2 by 2 for 2nd and for 4th and for 6th. And Adam Miles is loving this.
He absolutely is. These guys squabble on amongst themselves behind him.
What a save from Reece Saunders. I thought he was going to lose it there, but that backed them all up again. Now Adam Miles has a massive gap with about 12 turns to go.
Oh, that was... I just caught that at the corner of my eye there, that moment from Saunders, and he done well to control that. But I was about to say as well, these guys squabbling amongst themselves behind Miles, it's just allowing him to pull away and possibly pull away and build a bit of a gap and possibly take another win in the series this season. And if he did take another win tonight, I think it'll take him a step closer to taking the championship possibly. I don't want to say anything just yet, but it's a good possibility as I come across the line. And Nathan Wade, actually, as I say that, has managed to close that gap back down as they're still squabbling amongst themselves heading into turn 1 as Saunders and Tufts have a bit of contact.
That's going to allow Matic to catch back up. He gets alongside Reece Saunders here, but Nathan Wade and Adam Miles at the front, they are driving away. They're going to be 3 wide for 3rd, and that is going to be beneficial for those guys at the front, as here comes Budgeon up the inside of Matic and Saunders. And here comes Tufts as well, trying to get involved. Matic on the inside, Saunders in the middle. Budgeon on the outside. Oh, contact! Matic goes flying over the front of Reece Saunders there. That is so unfortunate. 2 guys looking for the first win. They make contact, and both of them are out of the top 5. It's now Budgeon and Tufts side by side for 4th, and at the front is Wade and Miles as well, side by side for the lead. Miles on the outside, looks like he will get the lead for now. Wade holds onto the inside on behind them. Budgeon gets the inside line on Tufts. Tufts tries to cross over, but he will not get it. Meanwhile, Wade has got back ahead of Adam Miles as we're coming into the last few corners here. And this is still anyone's race, side by side now, a little bit wide there for Wade. He gets a bit sideways, has to tuck in behind Adam Miles. And I think Miles be going actually for his 3rd straight here, unless Wade somehow can throw it up alongside him coming into the final 2 turns and squeeze him enough that he's going to lose momentum. I think Miles will. He's actually going to cover the inside there. I thought he would take the outside to have the overspeed, but he will take the inside line coming into turn number 9. Wade goes really wide to get as much momentum as he can. Going to try and throw it on the outside, maybe a crossover there, but he's going to go wide on the curb, side by side into turn number 10. Who is it going to be? Good exit there from Miles on the inside. Wade on the left though. Will have no, he's got to slow down. Wade got to slow down, so Miles takes his 3rd straight win of the season. Here comes Reece Saunders as well, blowing. Actually, no, that's Nathan Wade blowing right past. Hang on, my scoring just got all messed up. We'll have to see what happened there, but he had to slow down massively. Kevin Budgeon came through, got 2nd place away there from Nathan Wade, who dropped back into 3rd. Tubbs finishes 4th, and Mata comes home in 5th. I'm not really sure what happened to Reece Saunders there, because I had him up in 3rd, but he might have got a post-race penalty. I'm not really sure. We'll have to look into that, because he was definitely in that group. But pushed a little bit wider off the final corner, got a slowdown and had to stop us here. We have a collision further back. That is Reece Saunders and Clark Williams both going into the wall. So that is where Reece Saunders went.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate for both of them. They were having a great race, and it's just the nature of the league, and especially the last lap, where everyone's just going for it, trying to do as well as possible and gain any positions that they can. But looking at the battle up at the front, both of these guys, Miles and Wade, coming around the final corner, and it looks like Wade just ran slightly wide and he might have got a slow down. So Adam Miles took the opportunity and takes his 3rd win of the season.
Oh, look at that. Kevin Budgeon just edging him out to the start-finish line. Nathan Wade did not get a post-race penalty though, so he did slow down enough, but that was so close. There was just over 10th between them actually, but it looked like that was just inches away. But anyways, time to go through the full post-race results here. Adam Miles comes home with the victory, just ahead of Kevin Budgeon, who just manages to pass Nathan Wade there right at the line. And what a way to do it from Adam Miles. 3 straight wins on 3 completely different tracks. Nathan Wade in 3rd, George Mattock climbs up to 4th with all that mess at the end, Seth Brown in 5th, Paul Smithers edging out Geoff Randall for 6th there by 9 1,000ths of a second. That is a battle that we missed pretty much all the way through, because they were way down the order, and then everything kicked off at the end there. Christopher Miles comes home, Patrick Bennett comes home in 8th, Christopher Miles comes home in 9th, and Tony Stack climbs up to 10th from starting dead last with no practice. And we have Martin Armitage in 11th, Ollie Pimley in 12th, Greg Roof in 13th, Nicholas Von Roberts in 14th in the end, Daniel Tubbs 15th, John McDonald in 16th, Reece Saunders in the end all the way down in 17th after being in contention for the win, as well as Clark Williams in 18th, David Clapham and Alan Patterson 19th and 20th, 1 lap down. And then we also have Chris Wayne, who crashed out somewhere about halfway through the race, finishing 7 laps down. Yeah, not the kind of finish that we had expected there, I think, Ryan, but still, what an amazing race, and I just hope we keep coming back to this place every single season for the rest of time.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a crazy finish on the last lap, but probably the best race of the season for me. And I think this Red Bull track and this Skip Barber, it's a good combination. It's a fun combination, and then I have to agree with you. I hope we come back here in the future for some races with this car and the track as well.
So let's go to our usual post-race interview here, and for the 3rd straight week as a race winner here, Adam Miles, talk us through that race.
Oh, thank you very much. Didn't really know what to say. I felt quite in control for maybe the first half of the race, and then Reece arrived on the scene, and I think there was a 4 wide into turn 2, and I dropped back to 5th. I really started bricking it at that point, and wasn't sure that I was going to be able to get back from 5th, I think, to 1st, but picked them off one by one, and then there was a moment just towards the end where I think Reece was 2nd. I got about a 2nd lead over Nathan, and then just had the 2 worst corners of the entire race and lost half a second. So that set up an exciting final lap.
Yeah, Reece Saunders made it up from 6th to 1st in half a lap, so going up from 5th to 1st for you I don't think would be such an issue, but still very intense racing all the way through, and not the usual working together like this year. Looked like it was just flat out racing all the way through. That's going to be quite a bit more intense than we're used to here in the Skippys.
Yeah, I don't think any corner was off limits. There really wasn't, as you say, there wasn't a lot of working together. There were moves into turn 1, 2, 3. I mean, I think every corner, maybe even. I mean, I was too wide with Nathan on the last lap through the last corner, so there's almost no corners where you can't make a move if you've got something going. So you have to be pretty careful and trust who you're racing with.
Yeah, every single corner looked to be passable in this car, thankfully. So 3 straight wins, 2 races to go. We're going to see a quadruple or possibly even 5 in a row.
It's possible. I mean, I don't think I've done Kota. I mean, I know the track, but I don't think I've done it in the Skippys. Don't think we've been there before. At least not the West version. So I'll do some practice this week, and yeah, I mean, I'm on a good run. I don't see why not.
Cool. Hope to see you then. Hopefully for the championship sakes, I don't hope we see you on the top step. But anyways, we hope to see you in here next week, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Next up we have Ryan Walker standing by with our nearly runner-up by 3rd place finisher Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan was involved in that battle for the lead with Adam Mills, and Nathan, it looked like, I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but it looked like you slowed down. Did you get a slowdown on the exit of the final corner?
Hi guys. Yeah, I did unfortunately get a slowdown. Because I've only got one monitor. I didn't know how close I was to Adam when I was on the outside. So as I turned in, I had a slight twitch and went left slightly, and it just I carried just a little bit too much speed and drifted out just that little bit too much, which annoyingly gave me that slowdown. And then obviously Kevin pipped me at the end as well. So a bit frustrating, but it's what it is. Oh well, another 3rd. I think congrats to Adam, to be honest. I think he might have started running away with this now. So yeah, fair play to him though. He's driving really well. So
yeah, we were talking about that with regards to the championship and Adam, and it looks like he might slightly have one hand on the championship heading into the, I think is it the final, or basically next week anyway, Kota. It might be getting closer to retaining that championship, but still, do you think you can do you still think you've got a slight chance in the championship, or is it pretty much just the rest of the season just aiming to finish it as well as you can? And do you think you can take a win at Kota next week, or do you think it's going to be the same as it was this week with regards to the slipstream battles?
100%. I think I can win the next 2 races. It's just you can finish 1st, you can finish 5th, you can finish 20th with the same pace. Like it's such a difficult. It's so difficult trying to get in the right position. Because I know there was a couple of times in that race where I was in, I think 4th or 5th, and you have to go really aggressive, but try not to go too aggressive that you then lose the draft to the cars in front. And I think the only chance of me probably winning this championship now is if Adam has 2 really bad weeks. But even then, I think he's only had 1 bad drop week as well. So yeah, I don't think I've got a chance, but I'll aim for 2nd. Obviously, I'm aiming for 1st, but if I can have 2nd, then I'll still be happy with that.
Good stuff. And before we let you go, Nathan, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out or thank you to?
You guys, as always, for running the broadcast. You always do a great job. Alan for running the league, and everyone in that front pack. Actually, it was surprisingly a bit more aggressive than what we usually see. But I've really enjoyed racing there today. So yeah, it's great fun.
Good stuff. Well, again, yeah, not the result that they wanted, I guess, Nathan, but still a podium result's nothing to be sniffed at, and look forward to seeing you on track at Kota next week.
Cheers, guys.
As that was the 3rd place finisher Nathan Wade joining us, and I believe up next we may have a 4th place finisher George Matic joining us.
We do, as Kevin Budgeon's not here, we'll pick George Matic instead. So 4th place finish here today, still in great contention for his 1st win throughout the race, but a little incident there at the end unfortunately took you out of contention, George, but that must have been a very fun race either way.
Yeah, guys, good to speak to you. Yeah, it was, I don't know what to say about that. I was considering not coming in because I haven't really got anything to say apart from it was just carnage from start to finish, as it normally is. And then yeah, I have no idea how. Well, I do have an idea. We were just fighting like crazy at the front, and then the guys behind caught up, and then Reese got in the lead, and then Daniel was up there, and it was pretty spicy for a few laps. And yeah, I just got sent further back in the pack. People were sending it left, right, and centre, so I was trying to survive. had a few love taps here and there. And for the last lap, I think I just went in a little bit too hot. I didn't actually know we were 3 right. I couldn't see Kevin with my FOV. I can only see it slightly to the car on my left. So I thought we were 2, but yeah, Kevin was there, and obviously Reese had nowhere to go. So yeah, a little bit of a tough one, but at least I finished unlike last week.
Yeah, still compared to the last couple of weeks here, 4th place finish, so still in contention for some decent spots in the championship. So Kota and Brands Hatch coming up. What's your hopes for those?
Win both.
Yeah, I would like that.
It's honestly is. I felt like last week was just summed up my season really. It was a culmination of things, and the week before that again was just such a tough one. It's just been a crappy couple of weeks really for racing, but you know, it's going to be close for the last 2 rounds. I'm pretty sure it's got to be close to being wrapped up now at the top for Adam, because obviously Nick had his drive through at the end and thought he was going to take it, but he ended up getting a penalty I think at the end. So I think I'm done because of the last 2 weeks. I think Nick might be done. It's going to be close between Adam and Nathan, but I think it might be close to done. You'll have to do the maths and let me know, but I've got nothing to lose, so let's go for the win, both races.
Yeah, I hope you can do that and get your first win here. So thanks for joining us tonight, and hope to see you again next week.
Cheers, guys.
So that is it for post-race interviews here tonight at the Red Bull Ring. Very interesting race and much more intense than we're used to seeing here. Adam Miles coming home with his 3rd win of the season and another win next week, and he will wrap up the championship. So for everybody's sake, I hope that he does not win next week, but obviously never want to wish bad luck on anybody. Next week we're heading to Circuit of the Americas for the West layout for the penultimate race of the championship. You will not want to miss that. It's same time, same place as always, 9 PM UK time on RaceSpotTV. But for tonight, I'm saying thank you from all of us here from the Red Bull Ring. My name is Liam Sprostrom, joined as always by Ryan Walker, with Connery Maddock doing the work on the cameras tonight again. Until next time, or actually, you've been watching the UK&I Monday Night Skippys here on RaceSpotTV in support of the Calm Zone, the campaign against living miserably. Until next time, take care everybody, stay safe and have a good week. Good night.